captain. I know you captivated. New sensation. Keep your eyes on me. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls get down, real girls get down. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor. Real girls get down. Real girls get down. Now that I got you right where I want you, tease you and taunt you, keep your eyes on me, hold you captive. I know you captivated. New sensation. Keep your eyes on me. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls get down, real girls get down. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor, make it bounce. Real girls, work it out on the floor. Real girls get down. Real girls get down. Real girls get down.
Who's that? Whoa. Whoa.
Hi. I'm about to get creative. Drop a hint, pick up and get it. Never left, don't let me want it. All it takes to make me get wanted. If you by your name, oh baby, still you always be my maybe. We can touch or make it real. I just like the way it feels. I just like the way it feels. When my fingers touch the screen, make it physical. You got everything you need, it's medicinal. If I didn't have you now, I'd be miserable. Is this typical? Friends that are digital. Is this typical? I'm about to get creative, drop a hit, pick up and get it. Never left, don't let me want it. All it takes to make me get wanted. If you by your name, oh baby, still you always be my baby. We can touch or make it real. I just like the way it feels. I just like the way it feels. When my fingers touch the screen, it gets physical. You got everything I need, it's medicinal. If I didn't have you now, I'd be miserable. Is this typical? For friends that are digital. Is this typical? I just like the way it.
Not gonna lie, I'm about 2 seconds from repeating this song. This vibe is the vibe. What do you think, James?
You sound like a 20-year-old girl right now. This
Dude,
vibe
this
is a
song-
vibe.
This song, this vibe is a vibe. It is a fucking vibe for real.
You're a vibe.
You know, you're a vibe.
Let's do this.
Say Wong talking about Pat Mahomes undefeated in Vegas.
I see what you're saying. I don't think it's very funny.
I actually was wondering to myself, you gotta be upset that stadium has the Niners and the Chiefs being painted onto the end zones.
It's more the Chiefs. I don't mind the Niners. But it's the Chiefs thing. It's the division thing.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the Niners. Come on. We share. Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott. Come on, there's mad love.
Hey, we shared a stadium for a little bit, man.
Exactly, right? It's all good.
And I figured, we could talk about this off mic before the show starts, you know.
off mic. Speaking of show starting.
It is. All right. Let's get right into it because it's time to start it. Let's do it.
Go back to the other song.
Distance nerding.
And a ho.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Your favorite time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You have to know what it means because you are now watching and experiencing and listening, I said that wrong, to Distance Nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con radio podcast family. Starting it off on a good note. Let's do it.
Exactly, right? No, he's the one that told Kevin Costner to quit Yellowstone. It's John Mez 5000.
And he's our merc with a mouth and a mic. It's Young Phil.
And we're
here to nerd
together.
We're talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Allegiant Stadium, and Go Raiders. Whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Go Raiders straight to losing the division.
Me, I'm Niners. I'm in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Raiders. Super Bowl. Wah, wah,
I'm
wah.
Niners. My wine isn't cold enough. Oh.
I mean, that's a thing.
That is
follow us
a
on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can send us an email at your favorite place, at Jamez's favorite place to talk about every time. Dist.
My homeboy. My homeboy, my ass. Get out of here.
Someone is triggered. It's nerding at AOL.com. Of course, we'll read it on the show. James, how's it been, man? It's been a week.
It's been good, except for all this Niner chatter in one ear and Chief chatter in the other from Say Wong. Oh my God. Get out of my stadium, both of you. Jeez. Please, you guys. My hair doesn't fit in my helmet. My wine isn't chilled enough. Oh God, both of you. Both of you.
Oh, it's the greatest. Well,
the bougiest Super Bowl ever.
it might be, but you know, let's put you on a happier note here, James. I know it's going to cheer you up, because, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the best kept secret on the internet. You are now watching The Download.
Let's just do the show. Let's keep it nerdy.
Let's keep it nerd. Let's keep it fun.
You guys and your stupid Super Bowl. Am I allowed to even say Super Bowl? Can I say big game? I'd say big game.
Faster, louder, stronger. More intensity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got the Geek End update.
We're on a Comic-Con radio.
Starting rumors.
Is Kevin Costner getting a last ride into Yellowstone?
Right. Again, remember, Jamez told him to leave and never come back.
I did. Get out of here.
Exactly. And of course, the download.
Beetlejuice, Beetle News.
Ooh. But before we get into all of that, all the fun and doing all the things that we do normally on this show, of course.
But first,
let me get a shout out.
In fact, this shout out to Poddex. That's the line, not the other line. Shout out to Poddex. That's offsides. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. If you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience, get more engagement, or you're whining about your Super Bowl football team being in the Super Bowl and you still find something to complain about,
or you're whining about your football team not being in the Super Bowl and complaining about how the two teams that did win and are going to the Super Bowl are playing in your stadium.
Level up with Poddex and check out poddex.com. Use code nerding10 for 10% off. Get in the app. We don't need hand magic or magic hands anymore. Whatever.
Hey,
put it in the app.
The sleight of hand magic is fun. Okay.
All right, there you go. Sleight of hand magic. There you go. But avoid that and just get Poddex on your phone.
Get the Poddex app. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if the show is brought to you by Poddex, and you may be wondering to yourself, what brings us young Phil and all the energy that he has? I'll tell you what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus.
Offside penalty.
Yep. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, what makes it different from all the other gaming supplements that are out there? Ladies and gentlemen, Dubby contains Neurofactor. Neurofactor is a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. If you want to find out more about Dubby, head on over to dubby.gg and use the code nerding10. Get 10% off your order. Very delicious. A whole plethora of many different flavors. And they're there for the tasting. There for you guys to drink. So get to it. Dubby.gg.
You know how they have like wine tasting rooms? You need like a Dubby tasting room. There's so many flavors now. Remember when there was just like 4 or 5 back in the day?
I do remember. And I mean, we do have W tasting rooms anytime that we're at a con.
Oh, there you go. Good segue.
Exactly, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for. Hold on, let me take this off the screen. All right, it's now time for the Geek End update.
Burr, 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 burr. I like it. April 6th and 7th is a little far away from now, but hey, Gem State Comic Con's coming, right?
Yeah.
Young Phil going to be hosting Gem State Comic Con.
It's true. You threw me for a loop on this.
I know. I'm going off script.
We are going to be
There's
going doing Gem State Comic Con. We got a whole bunch of fun, and I'm excited, man. If you guys are can make your way up to the Idaho area and go to Boise, we're going to be talking with Sean Astin. We're going to be talking with the Sixth Doctor. It's going to be a bunch of fun, guys. You need to be there.
I know you're going to be talking to hobbits, Who doctors or Doctor Who's, aliens from Australia. There's so many people that you're going to be talking to.
Aliens from
predators. There's predators.
There is going to be a predator.
You're
there.
talking to Ming Chen. Talking to Ming Chen's.
Oh, Ming
my
Chen.
goodness!
I can't wait to talk to Ming Chen. He was a cool dude to meet in person in general. But it's going to be like 1,000 times more fun to talk to him like in a interview setting, and then possibly see if he can remind Kev that we had a conversation.
There you go. You're going to be talking to Donald Duck.
That's right. I am going to be talking to Donald Duck. It's going to be fun.
Sam Quasman. Yeah.
And on top of that, guys, not only are we going to have all these fun interviews in the at a 2-day con, but you get a chance to come and meet me. But Frey's going to be there.
How cool is that?
And I mean, Lady Frey in the building. Frey Girl's going to be there along with hubby and with husby, and it's going to be fun for you guys to be able to meet Frey in person.
That's going to be awesome. You guys are going to be doing trivia, giving out prizes, interviewing guests. It'll be fun. So again, we'll talk more about it. There's going to be more announcements, more going on. But April 6th and 7th, Gem State Comic Con at the the Expo in Idaho?
Yes, Expo Idaho.
Idaho Expo. Yeah, there you go. Boise. Just go to Boise.
Just
and follow all the people.
Exactly. Find your way to Boise. We will get you there. Just find your way to Boise. Let us know you're there. We will get you there.
Mm-hmm. I
right place.
Like it. What else we got? Oh yeah. Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio. Listen to Distance Nerding and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. Look for the Distance Nerding podcast, even this episode, and a new comic conversation each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcast. And I'm going to pop it. Oh, you popped it. You popped it in the chat.
Yeah, already popped it.
Tag team. You went for the hot tag. I like that.
Well, I mean, I was trying to R-Truth it.
Mm-hmm. By the way, speaking of previous interviews and upcoming interviews, I just remembered, and I was looking at the Gem State list of guests. Maria Westbrook.
And Marie Westbrook's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks too.
Yeah, and she was an amazing guest. She was like so cool to talk to. Been part of a bunch of different franchises, so it'll be awesome to talk to her on the show and at Gem State Comic Con.
Yeah, she is super dope. I really do love her as far as like her personality and just kind of like the wealth of what she's done in her career. So just it's gonna be fun talking with Marie again.
Yeah, last time we talked to her, she couldn't say it, but then she said it at the very end. But like she was in the Disney Plus Ahsoka commercials. She was the voiceover for the Ahsoka commercials.
Yes.
I remember passing her in the hallway of the hotel. I'm like, that's Marie Westbrook. And then like, hours later we met her and she's super cool, but I geeked out for a second. So
I it's funny. I didn't realize how short she was. I don't want to say that as a bad thing. I thought she seemed like she was taller.
it's like the Tom Cruise thing. You don't realize how short he is.
Tom
for his
Cruise does not seem
tooth.
like he's that short. He's
He's probably taller than me.
that guy's a hobbit.
Is he that short? He's not. a hobbit.
He's like 5'6".
Nothing is wrong with 5'6", sir. You know that is a very acceptable height.
For an action hero, yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Tom Cruise height. It says he's 5'7". That's when he's wearing heels or something.
I was close. Okay, I was off by an inch. I'm sorry.
Nicole Kidman's 5'11". Just throwing it out there.
God,
I know, right?
Scientology just makes you small.
Yeah. And Australia makes you tall because Nicole Kidman is 5'11".
I mean, Rhea Ripley's pretty big too. So
There you go. I don't know where we are on the show.
Comic-Con Radio.
Comic-Con Radio. That's right. We did all the things. comiccon-radio.com/podcasts.
Yeah. Well,
And-
huh?
I was gonna say. Is the Maria Westbrook one the common conversation up?
That may not be up, but I mean that might be something I can put up. Well, you know what? Let's make it this way. We'll put that episode up after she's on the show.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
See, now we're
There we go. She's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks, so I think that makes sense.
Awesome. I dig it.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for all of the Geekend update. Let's get right into it because it is now time
Dive in.
to start some rumors.
I don't know.
I don't know where to get in their nose, but I'm not.
I like this. We're just doing it. We're moving. Time to sink our teeth into some movie news. Universal Pictures and producer Steven Spielberg are developing a new Jurassic World movie that has been described as a complete reboot. Just like how they rebooted dinosaurs. Original Jurassic Park scribe David Cope is writing the script, and now the studio is in talks with a director to helm the movie. That director is John Wick, Bullet Train, and Deadpool 2 director David Leitch.
Okay.
Yeah, right? See, things are happening. The new Jurassic World movie will be a completely fresh take on the franchise, and stars like Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard are not expected to return, and don't expect to see Goldblum or Laura Dern or Sam Neill to show up either. So it's going to be like a whole new storyline. I don't know if it's connected. They got to connect it. They're going to connect it. They got to connect it, but just a whole new cast. Life Finds a Way, and the film will find its way into theaters on July 2nd, 2025. That is crazy that it's like a year and a half away.
I know.
So, all right, tacos on the table. Do you want more Dino Nuggets of Jurassic Park movies?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we want this in the world in general. Like, okay, so you're doing a Jurassic World movie. It is supposed to be a complete reboot. And I mean, like, okay, so we're going to get a new John Hamm. I mean, like, why redo perfection? Why are you guys going to go and redo a movie? At least the first one was perfection. The other movies may not have been as good, but the first movie was perfect as far as the way the movie went. I love David Leitch, but the thing with that is, like, are we going to be seeing, crazy kung fu action scenes with dinosaurs?
Yeah, maybe. Good point. Dinosaurs parachuting
Yeah.
down.
We're going to see like velociraptors doing like spinning back kicks. Like, what is going on here?
Hey, you never know until you try. CGI is amazing these days. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the way that they would do it. What do you think, man? Are your tacos on the table for this?
my tacos are on the table. It's not like I hate Jurassic Park, any of them. I love all of them. And as soon as that music hits, I'm in. I'm in for like a Jurassic Park ride. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I love me some Jurassic Park, and I know it's kind of it's borderline. It's for adults, but also for kids. So it is what it is. Yeah, give me some dinosaur Pokemon, like what Sam Wong's saying. Yeah, I'll take that.
The whole thing with that, my tacos are on the table for one, because as far as the way that Hollywood works, they're going to go and remake it, right? But the thing is that, why? I get it. I know why, because they think that they can get some money out of it, but it's like, I don't feel like it's necessary to go and redo something that was that good. And remember, if they're doing a complete reboot, it's not going to have the same music.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
No, they're going to find a way. Life finds a way. They're going to find a way to tie it into the rest of it.
I was going to say, unless it is something that ties into the overall Jurassic Park lore. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Tacos are on the table that they're going to do it because that's just the film industry. But do I want it? No, I don't.
I gotcha. I'm okay with that. All right.
Well,
let's
keep it moving on here. Let's keep this. Yeah, exactly like you're saying. Let's keep it moving. The Last of Us is about shits up a creek.
Who wrote that? That's weird.
The way you wrote it, I was like,
I know.
Okay. Catherine O'Hara is rumored to be in talks to take on a role in the upcoming second season of The Last of Us at Max. O'Hara is best known for her roles in classic comedies like Home Alone, A Mighty Wind, Beetlejuice, Best in Show, and so many more, as well as Schitt's Creek.
Oh, there's the joke.
Right. No, I knew where you were going with that.
I didn't.
Could have written it better.
Okay, you know what?
O'Hara is in talks to join the series as the character Gale, who will seemingly appear in 3 episodes. O'Hara hasn't officially signed on just yet, so the part isn't set in stone with her in the role. The Last of Us Season 2 is slated to start production in the spring and will hit HBO in 2025. So tacos on the table. Does Catherine O'Hara have a craving for mushrooms?
I say tacos are on the table. My mushroom tacos, my veggie mushroom tacos that Philippe gave me, and I had no out to not have them, are on the table because at first it's like a weird pairing, Catherine O'Hara and Last of Us. She's pretty much been a comedic actor,
right?
But to have her be pseudo connected in the story to Last of Us, something's got to be up with that. So I say yes. And she's also just a good actor in general. Right,
that's where I was going to get at. I was going to say my tacos are on the table, and it's 100% because Catherine O'Hara is a good actress. Yes, she primarily does comedic roles, but you can see the acting chops in almost everything that she does. Exactly. There hasn't been a role that she's done where she doesn't have the potential to be a great dramatic actress.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, that's the thing is The Last of Us, the first season had people who are primarily comedic actors that took on dramatic roles and did an amazing job.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, I think a lot of it has, 1, to do with direction, 2, with the ability of the actress or the actor. I think Catherine O'Hara is a good actor, so I think she's gonna kill it.
Let's do it. Tacos on the table.
Tacos are on the table, 100%.
All right, hold on to your cowboy hats. Kevin Costner may not be done with Yellowstone. I segued. As Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone continues development on the second half of season 5, a new report has surfaced saying that Kevin Costner wants to return to the series for the final episodes of the series. Yellowstone is looking to resume shooting the final episodes of season 5 later this year, but the story is being developed without the star of the series, Kevin Costner. So remember, like back in the day, sometime late last year, we talked about how Costner was leaving the show because I think Amazon Prime gave him like his own show, like the story, and he was gonna star in it, direct in it, and do all the things for like his own story. So I don't know. Is that weird? Kevin Costner's coming back after all that?
I think there was a lot of backlash, and there probably was negotiations where they said, you know what, the fans really want your character to be a part of the last episode, and we can't do it without your character.
Mhm.
And they probably like negotiated something where, hey, we'll give you these concessions or we'll do these things to make sure that you can be on the show and it's not going to complicate the last season of your show. So, or complicate the show that you're working on over at Amazon, so I'm sure there's something that they did to make it so that,
to make it work.
Yeah.
So, according to a new report, one of the representatives of Costner's camp has been asking Sheridan to allow the actor to return to finish off his final arc with the series. One, I think Costner wants to finish the series, so it feels like it's his series,
right?
But also with the various strikes that happened late last year, or most of last year, I think they found wiggle room with production schedules, because I think that was the problem, is that Amazon said, yes, here you go, Kevin Costner, here's your own story, you can star in it, you can direct it, you're going to produce it, do whatever you want, it's yours, here's a truckload of money,
right?
But they expected him to all right, time to go right now. Where I think now there's so much flux with production schedules right now, where I think they're like, hey, there's a possibility you can finish Yellowstone and then go do your project.
Right.
So.
It makes sense. And I see just exactly like you said, I see him wanting to end the show that basically, the show wouldn't have been anything without him. His character is like super compelling and the character that everybody kind of gravitated towards for the series. So I don't see him completely walking away. And if they're going to find a way to get him on the show, I'm sure he's going to try and work with it so that he can give the show its proper send off.
Yep. I agree. And then if you think about it, if Sheridan wants to say, yes, you're in, and Costner's cool, then everybody's falling in love with the show again, versus talking about him leaving and how that's going to affect the story.
Right. And that's where you get a lot of people that are, they'll leave a show and say, hey, it got crap after this season because Kevin Costner left and I just didn't want to watch it anymore. It just wasn't the same story anymore. Now this way, if you get him to agree to come on, then they can write the story where he's gone for the majority of the season, but then they can put in an explanation knowing he's going to be back at the end.
Yep. My tacos are totally on the table that Costner comes back.
Yep. So moving on from here, get ready for some scum and villainy.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. It seems that Ubisoft may be releasing its upcoming action-adventure game Star Wars Outlaws sooner than many fans were previously led to believe. At the start of this month, Disney posted a new blog stating that Star Wars Outlaws was set to launch in late 2024. This mention was eventually scrubbed from the blog in question, but it still led most people to believe that this window was a legitimate one considering the source that it came from. Now a new report has emerged that it has suggested that the arrival of Star Wars Outlaws could only be a few months away. Based on information from Insider Gaming, Ubisoft is said to be targeting a launch for Star Wars Outlaws in the first half of 2024. Whoa. If true, I know it's going to be soon. If true, this means that Outlaws could arrive no later than the end of June 2024. Star Wars Outlaws would seemingly be part of a 1-2 punch that Ubisoft has planned for the year, as publisher's Japan-based Assassin's Creed game, codename Red, is also said to be arriving in the back half of 2024. Regardless of when Star Wars Outlaws does end up releasing, it's known that the game will be exclusive to current gen platforms. That means that it will only be coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and should retail for $69.99.
Dang.
So, tacos on the table. Am I going to be playing this in the stream later on this year?
My tacos are totally on the table that you're going to be playing this later, because you are out of games, sir.
I'm not actually. So you missed it on Monday. And by the way, hi, Frey!
Oh, Frey's here. Look, you just
Frey's here.
snuck in the door. I didn't even see you there.
So that's a lie, because I got the date wrong for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and I started that on Monday and played it for 4 hours straight, and that game is amazing, and I
Oh,
hate that the reviews are so bad for it because it's actually a really good game.
I
Yes,
think-
it looks really cool. So I
Yeah.
don't know why that everything is, and I don't understand why I'm not completely center in the screen. So there we go. Now I am. No, I heard Suicide Squad was good, and all the commercials were funny. So
Yeah, I mean, so far the game has had just a quick review because I don't want to get too crazy on this, but the scenes are really funny. There's a lot of comedic elements inside of it because you have a bunch of villains that are basically arguing with each other and they're fighting against the Justice League, and just the way that they go about things is just really funny. So the comedy is good in it. The comedic timing is really good in it. There's a lot of brutality in it because of Amanda Waller and just kind of like just the way that she goes about things and whatnot.
yeah,
And I mean, like, you know, they kind of like thrust you in the story. Like you start off with like, I don't know what's going on, because like the learning curve in the game is, you know, they're just throwing you in the middle of the ending of the game, and you're just like, I don't know what's going on, what the hell's happening. And then like there's an explosion and it stops and goes 7 days earlier, and it's like the thing. So I'm like, what the hell is happening? I love this game. Like the story's good. So yeah, it's been good so far, and I'm happy with that. And then I also have RoboCop Rogue City. So as soon as we're done with this game, RoboCop Rogue City, which has really high ratings, because they say that it feels like it is the continuation from RoboCop 2.
oh, that's cool.
So they said that like it feels like they kind of just ignored RoboCop 3 and everything after that. And it just feels like it picks up
As
from
you
RoboCop 2. Yeah, says that the reviews all say that it feels like it picks up from RoboCop 2. It lives in that universe and completely makes sense. So I'm excited to play that game as well.
Well, that's awesome. You know what? I've actually been looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws. So if we get anything like any kind of hope, you know, I'm gonna be all Ronin on this and be like, "Don't give me hope," but I really want the hope. Give me all the hope.
A New Hope.
A new
No, I want all the old hopes. I don't want a new hope. I want old hope.
The sequel hopes.
The sequel, the prequel hope,
The pre hopes.
pre hope.
the pre-hopes. Yeah. The hopes of the beginning. So tacos on the table. Do you think I'm going to be playing this on stream?
I think
Expanded.
I
Expanded.
I
universe
think that
hopes.
if
Yep.
you, I think that would be easier to
Legend hopes.
Legends hope. Rebels hopes. I mean, what?
Good.
I'm gonna say yes to the tacos on the table because I can't think of anything more clever to say at this exact moment. But I wanted to say I think it would be like I think tacos wouldn't be on the table if we were trying to ban you from playing this game. I think there would be a taco massacre if that were the case.
Oh yeah, no, I well, no matter what, I'm playing the game. The question is,
Yeah.
I'm not playing it on stream.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
And like an explosion of tacos would happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially after playing Assassin's Creed Mirage, and knowing that this game is basically supposed to be Assassin's Creed in space.
By the way,
Yeah.
that explosive taco is called the Andor taco. You know what I'm saying?
Rogue One taco.
The Rogue One taco. So I mean, like, I'm definitely going to be playing it. And then on top of that, whatever the actual name for the Japanese Assassin's Creed game, I already have obsessions with Japanese culture. So I mean, to the point,
yeah.
my screen name or my gamer tag on Xbox is Gaijin Ronin 415.
That's racist.
It can be. Gaijin technically means someone not native to Japan. So it doesn't really mean white person, it just means somebody who's not Japanese.
Yeah, no, I know.
And again, you would, I know you know this story, right?
Yeah.
But the Gaijin Ronin is 47 Ronin.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I mean, I get it. Like, I'm trying to figure out what my name in Japanese would be like. Not my name, but like what you would refer to me as. And Husby keeps telling me, and I have no idea. I think it's
That's right. Your husband's Japanese.
Oni. Yeah, I think it's Oni-san, but I don't think that's it.
The
Hey,
devil woman?
Husby, is it Oni-san? Am I Oni-san?
Oh, Nissan.
Oni-san.
No, wait, only devil woman?
No, that's
Don't-
Oni. That's O-N-I. This would be O-N-N-I or O-N-I or something like that. It's different. It's
Do
all
not-
about
do not
like
rat
how
out Husby,
everything's-
dude.
Yeah.
I was just like Oni, like Oni's a demon. Oni on my
No,
shoulder.
you know
I
what?
know.
That also would work. But I can't remember. He keeps telling me like what it should be. And like he can only call me a certain thing, but everybody else can call me something else. And I'm like, okay, all right. I just want to know.
That makes
Please
me
just
laugh. Like
tell
I said,
me.
'cause I have an Oni on my shoulder, so it's like I know.
Well, and you know, Oni Press.
yeah.
So it's like,
I have.
I learned it from that, but
I'll show you when we're in Idaho. But I have an Onikage with the viper going through it.
oh, cool. You'll probably like Husby's tattoos. He's got, I think he's got a demon, a Japanese demon. I can't remember which one.
We taking our shirts off? Is that what we're doing?
And then
No.
I have Bushido right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have no Japanese tattoos. I have one tattoo, and it's a black rose that I got when I was 18 in a state that it was illegal to get tattoos in because I'm that badass.
Yeah. Where's it at?
It's on my ankle.
Yeah, she got a Becky tattoo. I love it.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can get tattoos in Star Wars Outlaws.
You probably can. So moving on from here.
I'm on for 10 minutes and we've already gone off topic. I
I
feel
know.
so welcome.
No, we went off topic 9 minutes ago. And you've been on for 10 minutes. But speaking of Star Wars, Jon Favreau, I'm just kidding, is currently in the process of Star Wars movie that he will be directing titled Mandalorian and Grogu. The latest rumor says that the movie will start shooting on June 17th, 2024.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Ooh.
That's
I mean, that's
mad.
very specific. Like, they're
Yeah.
not like June
Yeah,
of
right?
2024. It's like June 17th. I'm surprised they didn't say June 17th at 9:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be filming the 7th scene in the movie because we're not doing it in order because that's how we roll.
I have a
There's something
feeling-
like, why did they choose that specific date? It must be like, hey, the volume is booked up
Yeah.
from like the 17th on, and somebody just put it together like, oh, that's gonna be.
I have a
Star Wars.
feeling that we've talked about this in the past, but I have a feeling that this was probably the script for a season.
Yes.
So it was probably already like written. They just broke it or just like condensed it to make it a movie. And that's why it's moving forward so fast, is because they
Yes.
probably already had the script. We know Favreau's directing it, and Favreau, has already directed all this stuff. So it's not like you can't, it's not like they need to like, recast and do all this other stuff. Like they
Yeah.
might have casting for minor roles, but like for the most part, they've had this already developed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
good
like,
point.
Favreau, didn't he say that he had like a 5-year plan, like a 5-season plan for The Mandalorian? And so
And
this
he-
is just the last season, really, basically.
Yeah, and even before I think season 3 came out, they were talking how Favreau was already writing season 4.
Yeah.
So this is way before the strike. So
Yeah.
Lucas, by the way, Lucasfilm has not officially confirmed this. This film is said to be a reworked version of Mandalorian season 4, like what
Oh,
we
yeah.
just talked
Yeah.
about. It also makes sense that the project will be ready to start shooting soon. The Mandalorian and Grogu will most likely be the first Star Wars movie that is being made and released since Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird? Like, we've had
Yeah.
so much Star Wars content, and I for one, I haven't like thought, oh, it's not a movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, oh, it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. I'm getting Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so I haven't really missed going to the movies for Star Wars
Mhm.
because I've been able to see it. We've had such a
Yeah.
beautiful bounty of Star Wars TV.
Mando, Boba, Ahsoka, Bad Batch, you know?
Mhm.
So
Obi-Wan.
Andor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Andor. Jeez, there's been so much. So
A
tacos
lot.
on the table. Is Grogu getting back to Navarro this summer?
Hmm.
Hmm?
Will he? Do you think that they're just going to write all the Grief Karga stuff out? Or do you think it's going to be like he's just not going to be available? Or like,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, because like Carl Weathers, I mean, that has to impact something about it, right?
Yeah.
And it's so sad because, so will we see how they handle Carl Weathers' death first or Ray Stevenson's death? Because like they're doing second season of Ahsoka. I think that's what I'm going to be most interested in seeing. Not excited about, because I am not excited that Carl Weathers died.
Yeah.
You know, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. And Ray Stevenson, amazing as well. And it's like, and I was thinking about that after Ahsoka, was like, are we, you know, how are they going to handle that if they do a second season of Ahsoka? And now they are. So they're going to have some plan for that. And I wonder if if it's going to be a similar plan or if they're just going to go in totally different directions.
Right.
Not,
That's a good point.
but that was something I was like, oh, hey, what about this? So.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Carl Weathers. But yeah, that's going to be a question that's probably going to come up in the next couple of weeks of how they're going to handle that. I think that was our last rumor, though.
That was it for rumors for this week, guys. So it's now time to jump right into what you all came to see. It's time for the download.
Y'all came to hear about my movie news. That's what it is. Let's get into some movie news. This is where you hit the button.
Movie news. Woo!
Hit the button.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Amy Adams is looking to star alongside Jenna Ortega in director Taika Waititi's upcoming film Clara and the Sun, which is being produced by Sony's 3000 Pictures. The movie is based on Kazuo Ishiguro's, does that mean devil? Novel, and the story follows Clara, a girl robot created to prevent teenagers from becoming lonely. This is the story of how she's trying to save a family of humans she lives with from heartbreak. Okay, interesting. I do have a Clara opsis and the Sun synopsis.
That broke up a little bit, but
Clara Opsis and the Sun synopsis.
It's explained that Clara is an artificial friend by the way, this is like a Japanese story. Artificial friend with outstanding observational qualities who, from her place in the story, watches carefully for the behavior of those who come into browse and of those who pass on the street outside. She remains hopeful that a customer will soon choose her. No date when Clara will see the sunlight in theaters. Okay, Jenna Ortega, Amy Adams.
I mean, I think that's cool.
Yeah, that'll be.
But
an
then
interesting
again,
story.
like, is this the new thing now? Like, are we over Indigenous people and now we're doing AI and robots and stuff? Because like Megan and I'm sick of cultures being a trend.
To be fair, Taika Waititi technically did a culture like that because he just did a movie.
Reservation Dogs.
Well, Reservation Dogs is his as well, but I was referring more to the soccer movie he just did in Samoa.
Yeah. That looks so cute. I want to see it, but I can't remember what it's called. It's like some weird like
With
bland
Fassbender.
name. Yeah, with Fassbender and Tamora Morrison.
Right.
Is in it too. And but yeah,
Okay.
no, I think it's cool. I think it's going to be neat. I'm just like marveling at how pushed up Amy Adams is in the picture. She's like they're in there and they're like present and like ready in that picture. So
So let's just continue admiring Amy Adams' boobs while we're here. You know, I that was
Sorry,
the-
I like looked at the picture and I was like, "Whoa, there
Yeah.
they are."
I was gonna say worst segue in existence.
I was looking at her eyes. I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
exactly where you were
Okay.
looking at. That's we know that was looking at. Because I am one with the Force, and the Force is a grasshopper.
What?
Donnie Yen has signed on to the Star. I was gonna say the Star Wars, and it's because I'm looking at a Star Wars picture. Donnie Yen has signed on to star in a big film project at Universal Pictures with the feature adaptation of the classic 70s series Kung Fu. Kung Fu.
Thank
Gung Fu?
goodness they're finally getting someone of Asian descent
Sure.
to play Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Hold on. David Carradine isn't Asian?
No.
Oh.
Because remember, they replaced Bruce Lee with David Carradine, and Bruce Lee developed the show.
Yeah, it was in the movie Dragon. Hello.
The series is being produced by John Wick and Bullet Train director David Leitch, who we talked about a little bit before, who was also looking to helm the movie. Stephen Chin, War Dog from War Dogs, wrote the screenplay for the film, and Ed Spielman, the creator of the original Kung Fu television series, you liar, will executive produce. So we have a synopsis. James, you want to introduce it?
Hold on. David Carradine was Irish.
Yes.
Yeah. And all of his brothers and his children are all Irish as well.
Yeah.
Like
He-
Ever Carradine. He's Irish.
I did not know that.
He is not Chinese like Bruce Lee was. The
Right.
man who actually developed the show.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought he was some kind of Asian, but I guess I better learn some patience. Patience, grasshopper opsis, Kwai Chang Kane Kung Fu synopsis.
Wow, really? Patience, grasshopper, opsis, quite chung, Kane,
Nope.
Kung Fu synopsis. I just butchered the. I'm sorry for any of our Chinese listeners. I'm sorry. I cannot speak. I'm assuming that's Mandarin.
I am 1/16 offended.
Chinese? I thought you were full Filipino.
Oh, dude, Filipino means you're a bit of everything.
Oh, you're the fusion food.
Exactly.
Oh.
Including
Culture.
Spanish.
Exactly. right?
Like my people.
Exactly.
Well, I am Irish.
The- God.
Oh, you're the David Carradine of
He's
this.
David Carradine in the group right now. The Kung Fu series follows the adventures of Kwai Chang Kane, originally played by David Carradine, a Shaolin monk and martial. How is he a Shaolin? Okay, Shaolin monk and martial artist as he travels through the American Old West in search of his half brother and seeks spiritual enlightenment along the way. The show explores themes of peace, tolerance, and self-discovery as Kane navigates a world filled with prejudice and violence while using his martial arts skills for self-defense and to help others in need. No date set for when for when Kwai Chang Kane will once again walk the earth.
I wonder if his half brother is half Chinese. You know?
That might be it. Here's the thing. This is what I'm noticing, right? Kwai Chang Kane, I think the character is supposed to be half Chinese, Right.
Oh,
but
Yeah.
obviously his father was white because his last name is Kane.
Mhm.
oh, good point. Good point.
And like
Yeah,
his half
good
brother
point.
is like completely Caucasian. So.
Right. So,
Why couldn't it be Asian? Like full on.
I think because that's what gives them the reason to say that he's a kung fu master in the Old West.
Yeah,
Is he
it's
searching for
the
his-
old west part of it.
Right. He's
that-
searching for his white half brother. Which
Okay.
again, it would have been so much better with Bruce Lee looking for a Chinese half brother that was sold into the railroad trade.
Mhm.
there's, I mean, I guarantee that was probably what was going on, but it also was the 70s, you know, and they were just like, oh, well, we can't have a Asian lead.
Yeah, and when they were developing it, I think it was the late 60s
Right.
when they first started developing it. So
Right. Where
Mhm.
again, you know, you have like, if you want to really be fair, we didn't really get a true Asian lead in an American movie until recently.
that's true. Yeah.
So progress.
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 Not much, but here we are.
Happy 2024, everybody.
Happy 2024.
Speaking of 2024, it's time to jump in the line. Okay.
Rock
I
your
believe you.
body on time. Oh yeah. I believe it.
Warner Brothers has released a teaser poster for Tim Burton's Beetlejuice 2, and it's revealed that the title of the film is Beetlejuice. Kind of interesting. Okay.
Hey, does that mean they're gonna do a third one and it's gonna be Beetlejuice?
Probably.
That's what everybody was saying. Like, they're like, wait a second, is this going to be a trilogy? You know,
Are we
it's-
getting rickrolled right now?
Yeah, exactly. So the movie brings Michael Keaton back as the main character, along with Winona Ryder. The movie also stars Jenna Ortega. She's all over the place as Lydia's daughter, Astrid. Let's see who else. Monica Bellucci as Beetlejuice's wife.
Oh, no way.
Okay.
Oh, she's gonna be great as Beetlejuice's wife.
And Willem Dafoe plays a ghoulish law enforcement officer in the Netherworld. Beetlejuice is set to be released in theaters September 6th, 2024.
Have you guys been seeing the backlash? Like how many people are so upset that they're calling it Beetlejuice, and it's like, why are you upset with that? It's so in line with the movie. Like,
Yeah, what are you gonna call
Yeah.
it?
I'm sure they just wanted Beetlejuice 2.
That's
What?
stupid.
That's
I'm saying
That's so
that
lame.
that is stupid. It's not idiotic because they know better.
Yeah.
You don't just put a 2 behind a name anymore. You have to have something else now. Those are the rules of sequels now.
Right.
You can't just put
So-
a 2. Oh my goodness. That's like having the same main event of WrestleMania 2 years in a row. You can't just put a 2 next to it. You got to switch it up. You got to go bigger. You got to make it the most epic, showcase of the Immortals ever. You can't just do the same match. Anyway, sorry. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Cool. So you know what I heard?
She's like,
I
"So what?"
heard in 28 episodes of 28 Days Later movie news, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland have been developing another sequel to 28 Days Later, and this one is titled 28 Years Later.
Dun dun dun.
Has it been 28 years? Probably.
I believe.
It has.
Feels like it.
There were several studios trying to land the distribution rights to the film, and this project ended up at Sony Pictures. Oh no, do you think they're going to put like a Spider-Man villain in it?
They might. 28 days later.
With Venom.
No. 28 days later, it's a sequel to Morbius.
Right?
Oh no.
The disease was started by Morbius. It's Morbin
There
time.
you go. On top of that, Cillian Murphy, whose acting career was launched with the original movie, is confirmed to return and produce the project and also possibly reprise his role, which is very likely. The first film also may kick off a trilogy.
The first film may kick. So that means that there's going to.
So they're saying like this film may kick off, because I was going to say, isn't this the third?
It's the third
film?
movie in a trilogy.
I'm like, what? And then if this is the trilogy, wouldn't that be 5 movies altogether? Isn't that like a quadrilogy?
This is Hollywood math. So
Okay, yeah.
It's a modern trilogy. Okay, we're not counting the first.
I'm like,
movies.
what? All right. So Boyle is attached to direct the first
Carry the one.
installment of the trilogy. I still don't. Okay. And Garland will write all of the projects. Okay, so they're saying 3 more movies. Let's just call it a quattro. It's a quattro.
No, it's a quintuplet. That'd be 5 movies,
Oh yeah,
right?
quintuplet.
Yeah, it would be 5 movies because it's
It's a quint.
it's a quint
There we go.
because it was
The budget.
28, it was 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and now it's 28 years later.
We're
Right.
mathing.
Wait,
Or
so is the next one going to be
Okay.
like 28 centuries
later?
later?
28 decades.
Decades
later.
and then centuries. There we go. We've done it. Never mind. Don't
Obviously,
need to make
Cillian
them now.
Murphy is not going to be in the next 2 because there's no way that he survives 28 decades later.
Unless he's AI.
And then 28 centuries later is what Graveyard calls when a franchise goes to die, they put it in the future, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
That's so cool. That's funny.
The budget for each movie will be around 60 million. That's not that much
It's not.
for horror films, like bigger budget horror films nowadays. So that's cool. Maybe it'll still have that indie feel that the first 2 had. No date is set for when we're going to wake up in a hospital during a zombie apocalypse again. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
Isn't that weird that like that's what happened with him, and then Walking Dead's like, hey, let's do the same thing.
Right. Hey, it's been 28 years since this movie came out. Let's make some let's do zombies. Come on, zombies are cool again.
But we'll do it in
Zombies
America.
are never cool.
We'll do it in America.
Do it
That'll
in
make it
America.
better.
Man, I'll tell you that the next story we're getting into, I wish he were a zombie
No, you don't.
because then we'd still have him.
No, he would be different. It would not be him.
Yeah.
Don't ever wish that someone was a zombie. How dare you?
They would have to be he would have to be a zombie as like the zombies in iZombie.
No, not
Yeah,
even
so-
that.
yeah,
No,
because-
why would you want that? Like,
Because they still retain their humanity. They're just, still alive.
technically Buffy was a zombie for the last season of
Yeah.
Buffy, or the last couple
Spoiler
seasons.
alert. Jeez.
Yeah. So
For a show that's just celebrated its 25th anniversary. Okay.
I know, right? So moving on and getting into what the segue I was trying to talk about here.
I just don't want to talk about it.
I know.
That's why I keep doing this. Okay, go.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
A line from Apollo Creed. The entertainment world has lost one of its most iconic figures, Carl Weathers, who has passed away at the age of 76 years old. So sad. Best known for his unforgettable role as Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise, Weathers carved a niche for himself in Hollywood with his electrifying performances that became synonymous with his on-screen persona. His family confirmed his passing in a heartfelt statement. We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of Carl Weathers. He died peacefully in his sleep on Thursday, September 1st, 2024. Carl was an exceptional human being who lived in an extraordinary life. Through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports, he has left an indelible mark and is recognized worldwide across generation. He was a beloved brother, father, grandfather, partner, and friend. Also, he was an Oakland Raider. So
Yep, for
He
what, a
was.
season?
You are correct there.
big ups to him. So sad we're losing Carl Weathers. I didn't even, he's one of those guys where you just don't think about him passing away.
Yeah.
He's just part of your, Hollywood experience, from
Well,
Rocky
I mean,
to
and
Predator. Jeez.
you got to think
Remember?
about all these newer fans are just discovering him. Some people,
Yeah.
Mandalorian may be the first thing they've ever seen him in. And so now
true.
they can go back and watch him in Rocky and, watch him in
All in the
Predator
It's
and
all in the hips.
Action Jackson.
All in the hips.
Action Jackson. Yeah.
Right.
So I just think that, that's great. And at least we have that. You think about it with beloved actors, beloved sports, people beloved singers and all that. We have
Mhm.
stuff that we can remember, that we can always play it. And so that's nice to be able to do that. But it's still sad that he's gone
Yeah.
because it was such a shock, I think.
Super sad. Super sad. And I felt like, his Mando role kind of was on the upswing and kind of like reestablish him and like kind of what you're saying. A whole new generation gets to learn about Carl Weathers. So
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm glad he got this role because I think it brought a different part of his persona out that a lot of people didn't get to see. Like if you
Yeah.
didn't watch Arrested Development, you wouldn't have got to see a lot of his comedy. And
Yeah.
I think in Mandalorian, he was a lot of the comedy in it, So I think that we're gonna miss that. So
Carl Weathers' journey in Hollywood is marked by versatility and excellence, commitment to excellence. Thank you very much. Beyond the boxing ring of Rocky, where he stood toe to toe with Sylvester Stallone in a saga that captivated millions, Weathers showcased his range in a variety of roles in Predator. He took on the challenge of an elite mercenary facing an alien hunter, which cemented his status as an action star. He also appeared in the roles such as Grief Karga in The Mandalorian, Chubbs Peterson in Happy Gilmore, such a good role, which he was hilarious in. He also starred in Action Jackson and appeared in over 75 films and TV shows throughout his career. Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, Action Jackson, High Magistrate Grief Karga, you will be missed.
Absolutely. Mando.
Mando.
Man.
Mando, come sit by me, Mando.
Yeah. It's sad because I mean, like I kind of freaked out a little bit because I was like, this has to be a lie. There's no way. When I first saw it, and then I looked it up online, and Variety confirmed it, and I was just like, no, this is real, man. Like-
Yeah, it's just I really am wondering if there might be a Star Wars curse.
I don't know.
Why do you say that?
Well, Ray Stevenson and now
Oh,
Carl Weathers, it's like, no, we can't lose any more of our not necessarily essential to the story characters.
Yeah,
No
but
more.
they're great supporting characters. Both of them were amazing supporting characters, and it's like it sucks as far as Star Wars goes. But I mean, like just in general, Carl Weathers. I grew up with him as Apollo Creed, So I mean, like
Yeah.
that's kind of like where my staple for Carl Weathers was. I know a lot of people was Action Jackson, but I mean, like for me,
Mm.
Apollo Creed and then Predator were like, those movies were major movies for me.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
him and Happy Gilmore was just the best. And also remember he showed up in Little Nicky too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I remember him as Apollo Creed. Like that's where I remember him from.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, I mean, he was just any role that he was in, he brought like, even when he was playing, like when he was in Predator and he was playing like this, elite guy, and he's like, yeah, well, they had to bring somebody in who knew what he was doing, kind of stuff. I mean, like even that, he had such a positive and hopefulness, like each character did. And so it was like you knew that when he was there, whether he was like the best friend or the hero, like he was Schwarzenegger's best friend or Stallone and him, I mean, they became like in Rocky, they became really close.
Right.
And so
Let's not forget they started a whole new franchise based on
Yeah.
that character.
yeah.
Good point.
So
Good point.
I just think that it's really great that his positivity wasn't just like, oh, you're just going to be the best friend, like
Right.
they actually made room for him in Hollywood. And I think that's great because there were not a lot of African-American action heroes out there. So he was probably a role model to a lot of kids growing up.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. But to take it out of some sad news and bring it into some angry news, Batman always has a backup plan.
no, I think you need to do that again.
Batman always has a backup plan.
Okay. That's acceptable.
That'll do.
That'll do. Big. That'll do.
That'll do, Phil.
We thought that Kevin Conroy's final Batman role would be in Rocksteady's new DC video game, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. But it turns out that's not the case. Conroy did one other project before his death in 2022. According to IGN, Conroy also provided a voice to the Batman the Animated Series iteration of the DC hero in the third part of the upcoming animated movie, Justice League: Crisis on Infinite Earths.
The third part.
Yes,
Okay.
they're doing a 3-part, possibly.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
That's crazy.
If it goes by like how Crisis on Infinite Earths was, it's 12 issues.
Mhm.
So the first 4,
Mhm.
then the second 4, and then the third 4. And yeah, the third 4 is when all the heroes get together. Like the first 4 is when everybody's like, what the heck is going on? Why is everything like basically turning white? That was the first 4. And then like the second 4 was you get to find out, oh, hey, these people are out of, they're not in any timeline. They've taken themselves out of timelines, and this is what's going on. And then the heroes start getting it. So I could see where it's the third one, he would be in it if they're doing like he's a variant or like one of the Batmans that came in, or even one of the non-Batmans. Like, I don't know what he's playing, so I assume it's Batman, but you know.
Right, because it says it is the Batman the Animated Series
Oh, okay.
of him, so it's I mean his version of Batman basically.
Yeah.
He was also involved with Bruce Timm's highly anticipated Batman Cape Crusader animated series, which is set to stream on Prime Video. Justice League: Crisis on Infinite Earths, which will be released later in 2024, and Batman Cape Crusader will stream sometime on Prime Video. My thought on this is I still think that Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League was the last recording that he did. I think that Justice League: Crisis on Infinite Earths was something that he had recorded earlier, but because of like how long
How they're
this
releasing it.
taking, right, and
Yeah.
how they're releasing it, but like how long this project is taking to do. I think he recorded it a long time ago before he did Suicide Squad. And then same thing, Batman Cape Crusader was literally the thing that he did right before Suicide Squad. So I think that Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League was the last thing that he recorded, but there's just projects that he recorded before that haven't been released yet.
Yeah, like in like terms of the last thing he actually voiced, I think was Suicide Squad. But now that things are coming out in different ways,
Right.
it's going to seem like it's not the last thing he did. But
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Plus,
Crusader was supposed to come out like a year ago on Max, and they canceled it. So I was like,
Hollywood delays with strikes, halting
Mhm.
production. So
yeah.
it could have been had it
Although
could have had a different
animation
release date.
wasn't part of it, so and all this stuff was animation, so I don't know if that was part of it, but I could see why like acting talent and stuff, maybe. I don't know. You know what? We're never going to understand what Warner Brothers does because they don't understand it. So let's move on to more Warner Brothers.
Well, I was gonna say I got a good Warner Brothers story. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has officially acquired the beautifully made Christopher Reeves documentary Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. I heard this is really good. It's got a ton of good reviews from because it was released at Sundance.
Yeah.
The studio acquired the rights to Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, for $15 million after a bidding war with several other studios and streamers. So DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn confirmed the acquisition on social media, revealing that he and co-CEO Peter Safran personally helped the film find its home at Warner Brothers. I like that. That makes me happy. Gunn said, I saw the stunningly beautiful documentary Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, a couple weeks ago. It emotionally floored me. Peter and I knew DC Studios needed to be involved, and I'm grateful to Peter and our WBD family at Warner Brothers, HBO, CNN, and Max, having worked so hard to acquire it. It's a wonderful film by wonderful filmmakers, not only for the people like me who love Reeves' work, but for everyone. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have a up and away opsis.
Up and away options. Synopsis.
Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, chronicles the life of actor Christopher Reeve after a horseback riding accident leaves him permanently paralyzed from the neck down. Using intimate footage of Reeves and his family, directors Ian Bonhotti and Peter. You got to help me on this one.
Etedgui. Yeah.
Paint a picture of real-life hero known for his iconic role as Superman. To people who knew him and spent time with him, he was much more than that. He was a champion for the disabled community. And Bahotti and Itedgui made it their mission to make that a focal point of the film, highlighting not just Reeves's legacy, but that of his children who worked to carry out his mission through the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. The film debuted at Sundance Film Festival. No date on its actual release date.
I'm sure they can put that on Max, knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and James Gunn was like the one that pushed for it, I guess. Like
Yeah.
he was talking about, he saw it and was like, no, we need this. But have you guys know, like bidding wars are like a big thing lately. Like everybody seems to be in a bidding war for stuff.
Because they want to put it on their streamer. So I think
Yeah.
that a lot of times, like these companies will do bidding wars because it's like this is going to be an asset for people to subscribe to our streamer.
Content is king.
Yeah. And there's not enough of it to go around, apparently. You know what? We are for sale. You can absolutely buy us and we will put
100%.
content. Yeah.
Zaslav, if you're pissed off at me talking smack about you all the time, buy us. I'll
Yeah.
stop.
Oh, I will never stop calling you a robot.
No,
Buy
the
us
only way,
and see if that'll happen.
the
You know
only
what?
way
More
to get
money.
me-
Maybe I'll say weirder things.
right? Like, I mean, the only way to get me to stop talking negatively about him, because that's NDA. That's a breach of contract. You can't talk smack about me, but can we still make jokes about you?
No, it's not. I will not sign a contract for that. I'll be like, cross out, sign it. Like, I did not agree to that. You know what I'd like to talk about?
Some sports ball.
Sports ball. Sports ball. Let's
Sports
talk
ball.
about some sports ball.
Like the sports ball on my chest.
Sports
You
ball.
want me to talk? You want me to do this one?
I can do it.
You can do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Have at it. Have at thee.
And now, sports ball talk. 3 of the biggest corporations in sports here in the United States are working together to launch a new streaming venture. It was announced that Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Fox Sports will be starting a streaming subscription service that will put their various sports coverage under one plan. This will likely shake up not just streaming, but the entire sports TV industry. The new service will get the combined forces of all 3 companies, meaning that their linear networks will be together in one place. That includes ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, ESPN New, SECN, ACCN, ESPN News, ABC, Fox, FSN, FS1, FS2, BTN, TNT, TBS, and True TV.
That's a ton of content.
That is, and
That is an alphabet of content. A name, a launch date, and price point have yet to be announced by the companies. But knowing that we've got Disney and Warner and Fox, and Fox is going to be really hurting for money here pretty soon. It's going to be like $500 and a vial of your blood.
Yeah.
All the major American professional sports leagues would be affected by the streaming deal, as they're mostly covered by the 3 participating companies. The NBA NHL and MLB have a ton of coverage across the trio of corporations. The NFL would have some involvement given how many games are on Fox and that Monday Night Football is part of ESPN, but it would still have a major presence elsewhere.
Right.
CBS and NBC are two major sports entities that aren't a part of this new venture. CBS and various CBS sports networks have a streaming option with Paramount Plus, while NBC Universal Sports have a ton of coverage on Peacock. The NFL airs multiple games every week on CBS, and Sunday Night Football is covered by NBC.
Right.
More details about this new sports service will be announced at a later date, and it will operate as its own entity with like equal ownership distribution amongst the three companies involved.
So it's going to be like Hulu basically, but for sports.
Well,
Why
I mean,
Hu-
they
why do you say
could
Hulu?
do a lot. So, being from like the other side of it, when I worked for Dish Network, there were always like Fox Sports was the worst. They were always talking about how like they were always trying to negotiate stuff, and they would take crap off if they didn't get what they wanted.
Right.
So it was like you would have like NFL starting, and Fox Sports wouldn't have it on, or like you wanted to watch your favorite team in the NBA, say San Antonio, and you live in, say, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to watch games from
I get
freaking
that.
Texas? Like, you know.
I get that
So-
because the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, a lot of times will play on FS1. And
Right.
so, you know, it's kind of like, okay, if you're not in a local area, you can't watch the game. And I would have to like just follow it on like I'd have to follow the stats and not be able to actually watch the game, and that really pissed me off for the longest time.
Yeah, you're just like, it was crazy. Yeah, I used to listen to it on, listen to the games on the radio.
Yeah.
Like when I couldn't watch them, and and now I don't watch them because I don't like to be that upset.
Right. And then to like what wasn't mentioned on here, and I guess they didn't really have to, but Thursday Night Footballs are on Amazon.
Mhm.
Yeah, NFL is kind of its own thing. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, well, they
It's
have
different
NFL
from
Plus
everybody.
now, and you
Yeah.
can get all the games on NFL Plus.
Well, like NBA League Pass, like that's a big thing. Like you can get where you can just do like the game, like your team, and then but you also can do like NBA League Pass where you can just get all the games.
Right.
I mean, it's super expensive, but it's like okay, and even then there are blackouts.
Right.
There's not if they can guarantee no blackouts with this, fine.
Right.
But I bet you they can't.
No,
And
absolutely.
if that's not the case, no, I don't want it. Go back to the drawing board, boys.
Yeah, and you know, same thing where like Red Zone is on YouTube now. Right. So you know, Red Zone used to be on DirecTV and they lost that contract and now it's on YouTube.
But you
Yeah.
have to pay for it? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Got it.
Yeah, you have to have YouTube TV already, and then you can add NFL Red Zone to that.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah, it's like with Amazon. So like we have Prime Video, and that's where we have our NBA Plus. But then like Husby has NBA League Pass just for the Spurs. And then I have like an NBA TV thing or something on mine so that we can see more of the game. So we had to get two separate things to do that. And I just think that that's ridiculous. You know what? Just own your shit, people. Own your shit and make it available to everyone. Why is it got to be like this big thing? Can't be that big thing. Ugh, it's global. We're a global economy now. Sorry.
I think it's kind of interesting. ESPN and Fox is kind of a no-brainer since they're both owned by Disney, but bringing Warner Brothers Discovery into this,
Yeah, that's a big deal.
that's kind of huge.
And going back
Well,
to what you
no,
were asking,
Fox
James-
Sports is not owned by Disney.
no, it's not. Fox.
Yeah, Fox
so
Sports is
Fox's film division is owned by Disney, but Fox itself held on to Fox News and Fox Sports
because they actually are worth more than
their film division was, right?
yeah.
And going back to what you were asking before, James, when you said why did I compare it to Hulu, is because Hulu was separate.
Hulu has sports.
Hulu has live sports. Hulu was a bunch of different separate companies that made a streaming service. So I think that's what they're doing with this,
Yes.
the same concept of, Disney, Fox, and Warner coming together, and which is funny because I think those were the three companies that did that for Hulu.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
because they already kind of did the same thing with Hulu before, they're basically doing like a Hulu version of sports.
Because they just can't get enough of each other.
Right. Now Disney
They're like,
owns,
y'all want to do it again?
yeah, now
Huh?
Disney owns 3/4 of Hulu, and then Universal has the other part, but it's because Disney bought out the film division. So
And also,
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure Disney owns like 3/4 of the world now.
Yeah.
So
As
there's
well
that.
it should.
I love Mickey Mouse. Daisy Duck is my favorite.
Oh boy. Speaking of Disney. It's worst segue ever. Because I guess it works. Comic news from a galaxy far, far away. Marvel Comics and Lucasfilm have shared a preview and details for Star Wars Mace Windu #1. The new comic series follows Samuel L. Jackson's legendary Jedi on an early adventure prior to the events of the Clone Wars. The upcoming Star Wars comic book series comes from one of my favorite people in the world, Mark Bernardin and George Janti.
It's
also-
George Janté.
George
He's French.
Janté. It's all these
George.
French names.
I'm sorry, but he is, and he's very sweet. I love George.
George-
So go ahead.
Janté. It's also timed to release ahead of Star Wars The Phantom Menace's 25th anniversary.
Wow.
So we have a double synopsis going on. James, you wanna intro these, or actually, you know what? No, Frey, do you want to intro these?
Sure. You are on this council opsis, but we do not grant you the rank of master synopsis.
All right. You are on this council opsis, but we do not grant you the rank of master synopsis.
All right, and here's the one. Let me get the character. I've had it with this mother effing opsis on this mother effing synopsis.
I love that, but this is no longer a family-friendly show. So I've had it with this motherfucking opsis on this motherfucking synopsis.
Don't worry, kids. Philippe's not mad. Don't worry. Calm down. Don't listen to young Phil.
It's just the French assassin in him coming out.
Exactly.
The French assassin. All the French jokes. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Mace Windu has proven to be one of Star Wars' most popular Jedi. From hanging out with Yoda on the Jedi Council to besting Jango Fett to taking on Darth Sidious, few Guardians of Peace and Justice have left as great an impact. He even teamed up buddy cop style with Jar Jar Binks in a memorable Star Wars: The Clone Wars whodunit bombad.
Bombad.
We survived Jedi. Okay. Mason no wanting crunching. Little is known about Mace's younger years, however, and thanks to Marvel, that will soon change. Mace Windu #1 will be falling through the Emperor's window and into comic stores February 7th. Mañana, baby.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
I need a little bit more Mace Windu. I like that.
I'm just so glad that they're really expanding the Disney princess thing. I think it's great.
Yeah.
He's a Disney princess.
He
Mhm.
is.
Okay, I'll take that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Was he?
I
in-
can't
was
believe
he-
that that was the comment that stopped the show
I know.
of everything I've said.
So
so
for
far.
those that are listening on the audio episode, I've got to say, Eric in the chat, the more you talk about Disney, the more convinced I am that Skeletor runs the company. Yeah, Skeletor, which I finally binged Revelation and Revolution, and it was
Uh-huh.
Oh, we
It was
haven't talked
awful?
about that yet.
or it
Yes.
was awesome.
It was awesome. Revolution.
Okay.
Was
I was like, it
amazing.
was awful.
No. Actually, this is tangentially connected with this because it's Mark Bernardin, who is best friends with Kevin Smith, who wrote Masters of the Universe Revolution. And then again, jumping back in, Mark Bernardin wrote an episode of season 1 of Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Nice segue.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Way to bring it back.
Cool.
Way to bring it back.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. This one's for young Phil. Hold on to your chimichangas for this next story. Oh my god. Look at that guy.
Fucking cat.
Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld has announced that he is moving on from the Merc with a Mouth and retiring from the character. He has revisited the character over the years and in certain projects, but after over 30 years, I think he said 33, Liefeld is ready to move on. Young Phil, before I get into this quote from Liefeld, since you're there in the picture with Liefeld, what do you think about all this? Bittersweet.
It is bittersweet. It's kind of like to know that the guy who co-created Deadpool, along with Nasia, but I mean the guy who co-created Deadpool is no longer going to be drawing the character. I mean I don't think he's drawn him for the comics for a while. It's usually been more like artwork and things like that. Mm-hmm. But like, I mean, the guy who created the character, the guy who, you know, the running jokes with the Liefeld pockets and you know, his weird feet and everything like that, you know.
Oh, you mean no feet? Because he doesn't know how to draw feet.
That's what I'm saying, the weird feet, because when he does draw feet, they're usually too small.
Hey, when you met Liefeld, did you like look down at his feet? Maybe he has weird feet.
They look like that.
He actually doesn't, but I mean, like, but I mean, Liefeld was probably one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. That's
awesome.
You know,
meeting one of your heroes. That's another hero you met.
Another hero I met was
at LA Comic-Con.
Yep, LA Comic-Con has brought me across many people that I consider my heroes.
At least 3 of them. Like 3 major ones. You son of a. Okay, Liefeld believes that he has said everything he wants to say with the character. The artist shared on social media, "I am retiring from Deadpool. It's official. Yep, after 33 years of not only introducing Deadpool, but chronicling many of his most popular adventures, it's time for the Deadpool daddy to say farewell. One of the fun parts about getting older is you can retire from things. So here I am." So I worked up one last crazy Deadpool yarn for the fine folks at Marvel, and they responded with electric glee, and I started producing it last month for a release summer 2024.
Wow.
He wrote a ton. Like you could tell he's in love with this character and he wanted to do it justice. So he wrote like the super long thing. I often wonder what my life would be like if I have not created and sold not just Deadpool, but Cable, Domino, Strife, and many others to Marvel. What if young Rob hadn't taken up the challenge of transforming a title that was headed towards cancellation in one of the better alternate universe tales? It certainly transformed my young career, creating opportunities and record-breaking sales for New Mutants and X-Force. Creating and introducing the Deadpool Corps, featuring Lady Deadpool, shout out to Lady Deadpool Fresno, and Dogpool, was a great function of my midlife crisis during 2009. In 2015, I started Deadpool Bad Blood, getting Deadpool in his first original graphic novel. I didn't know that. And his only chart-topping #1 ranking to date, an achievement that got me a round of congratulations from Marvel brass that pumped my chest out farther than Captain America's. No other artist has combined to write and illustrate more Deadpool work. I'll complete this journey with over 1,000 pages alongside my mercenary misfit, who I'll finish this one last Deadpool story, and trust me, it's a wild one, and call it a collaboration for the ages. It'll be fun. Wow, that's a ton.
Yeah.
He's got more. In case you were wondering, why now? That's easy. I'll be 57 at the end of this year, and my eyes are still functioning. The work continues to be strong. I want to go out with the best effort I can muster. The hand-eye coordination won't be there forever. I'll elaborate more on this on my next Robservations podcast, and look forward to taking this journey with you, the world's greatest fan who have always provided the best support a cartoonist could ever imagine, and that is saying something. Liefeld will continue to create and draw cool comics, but he said goodbye to Deadpool.
So it is bittersweet to know that Liefeld is not going to draw Deadpool anymore, but at the same time, he has passed it on to amazing writers and amazing artists, and so many amazing stories have been created at this point. People who understand the character on just amazing levels. I'm going to keep on saying amazing, but I mean, like, it really is. It's something that I've had the pleasure of meeting Liefeld himself. Obviously, you guys can see the picture of me and Rob together. And yeah, it's great.
He gets to go out on top and on his terms with the character, especially at the height of Deadpool. Now that Deadpool 3 is right around the corner,
right?
Yeah,
that's the other thing, is he got to be able to see the rise in the popularity of the character, starting from kind of a character that like started in obscurity to becoming a character that everybody just absolutely loves.
What do you mean, like 15 minutes after everybody found out about Deadpool? Because that's really about as long as it took.
When they found out,
He's been pretty popular since he came out. Maybe it was just I was already in the X-Men verse by that point and was getting everything. So maybe that was just me. I don't know.
Deadpool's popularity didn't really like kind of start until they threw him in Marvel vs. Capcom. When they put him in Marvel vs. Capcom, then he just kind of blew up.
Oh, well, yeah, I was pretty insulated. I was pretty insulated with that. I was really in hardcore with the comic scene. So
and it's like it's one thing for him to be popular amongst comic fans. He became a mainstream pop culture figure when like I said, when he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I think it was, or Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the one where they fight Galactus. And when he showed up in that game, he became a part of pop culture. And then they started working on the movie, and that just kind of like solidified everything.
Well, I really liked when he was in games more. Like that's when I really like I always liked him, but I really really started like I was endeared to him when he was in the games. So I can see that. They really
Nolan North
expanded him.
Like nobody did it better than Nolan North. Well, I mean, aside from Ryan Reynolds, but I mean, like Nolan North really brought that character to life. And the biggest difference between Nolan North's version of the character and Ryan Reynolds' version of the character is Nolan also brought to life the voices in Wade's head.
Yeah,
because that's a comic theme that we haven't seen in the movies at all. But like in the comics, Wade has two separate personalities that follow him in his head. One of them is extremely erratic. The other one is actually really calculated and smart, but is also a psychopath. And it turns out that they were actually people who were living in his head. There were other characters from the comics that were living in his head. But like, it was great to see Nolan kind of like bring those characters to life.
Eric, oh my god.
Oh, Eric in the chat is chiming in, and he has a great question. Great question, Eric. Question for young Phil: why is James so lovable? That is a great question, Eric.
The best part is I know James isn't going to put the second half of that question up just because the first one's about him. So
you mean that one?
Like, there we go.
Well, you haven't answered the first one, so you got to keep that one up, right? Right? Good question, Eric.
Is this because it's February?
Love is in the air.
February is my birthday month.
So is mine. It's mine too.
See, there we go.
Right?
Love is in the air.
Love is it.
James, this is why James is not as lovable, is because his birthday's not in February.
Because I'm a July baby.
He was born in July.
That's it. You're a firecracker. You're not lovable. You're a firecracker.
Yeah, right? That doesn't sound right. I'm a Cancer. That's my zodiac sign. I'm a Cancer. Does that
You
help?
are a Cancer to the
You're
entire.
definitely a
Oh, wait a minute.
Cancer. You get crabby.
So rude. So
No, he is a Cancer to this entire. Well, I'm sorry, kind of Cancer. He's not the kind of Cancer that is under the mask that you guys see on the screen right now.
So the question for James, why is Phil so handsome?
no, the question is for Phil. Why is James so lovable?
Because he's
I
he's,
Go ahead.
he's just an adorable little Filipino man.
an adorable little Filipino
why
man.
little Filipino man? You made fun of me for being 5'6" earlier, and then you bring it back. So rude.
Wait, you're 5'6". I'm 5'6".
Right. See, and you're very tall.
I'm not very tall.
You're very tall.
That's
Very
what
tall.
that's what we call a callback, James.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, but you know what I'm gonna call back to?
Huh?
Now we got merch, people.
We got hat, people. We got hat for $35 or 30. If you have $30, take the last hat. You got it. $30. Young Phil.
$30.
started with that.
$30. $30.
Just because you're handsome, young Phil, you get to sell it for $30.
Yes.
It's in Galaxy Gray. And then we got
Sure.
shirt.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop it. If you want that hat, $25.
What? Maybe I'd buy the hat. I might need to buy the hat.
That's because James is so lovable. $25.
Exactly. See how my love is spreading and spreading joy.
Yeah.
My 5'6" of joy. We got shirts. All you gotta do-
I wouldn't know. I'm 5'10", so it's like
Oh, I don't know. I got 5'10". I can see over my truck.
I can see over my truck. Is
Yeah.
that what
it's what he said. It's James is just upset because he actually has to do a pull up to get inside of my truck.
That's totally true. Whatever. I can reach into my kitchen cabinets on my tippy toes. Whatever. We got shirts. So all you got to do is DM it at Distance Nerding. Let us know what size you want. Let us know which design you want. You can get the logo one, or you can get the special Liefeld retiring young Phil in a mask character shirt. There you go. We did it just for that. It's $20 or $25 if we have to ship it to you, or maybe it's $25 if you're taller than 5'6". That's the new thing. If you're 5'6" or lower, it's $20. $20.
Woohoo! I made it.
And for a very limited time, check out lucharillas.com and go get that Distance Nerdarilla while you can. Things are changing over at Lucharillas, so you better jump on it like ASAP. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to post it. I'm posting it. That's me posting. Maybe you get a discount if you're 5'6" as well. Apply that coupon code 5'6".
And type in lovable.
Lovable. That's the coupon code. There you go.
Lovable.
Or the coupon code is respectable height. How about that? Can we do that?
Respectable height. No spaces.
No spaces at all. Buy it and make sure to tell young Phil on Mondays during his game stream from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. That's in the morning. Do you eat your cereal while you game? Is that what you do?
I eat my cereal before I game.
Okay. All right. Good for you. Good for you.
You
All
know
right.
why? Because he doesn't want to go crunch, 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 crunch while he's playing games. You
I'll
should make
take
the
that.
AI do that.
Say Wong is saying, James, if you dress up as Pat Mahomes, he'll give you $50.
I don't need that type of money. I don't need that dirty money.
I don't need that dirty money. Oh,
Get
you
that
guys are
outta here.
ridiculous.
Get
Oh,
out of my stadium. Ugh.
Get out of my
Get out of my-
stadium.
get out of my stadium, Mom. The Niners and the Chiefs won't leave my stadium.
Great googly moogly. Who ordered all this red paint?
Great googly moogly.
That's really it. It's all that extra paint. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our schedule: Mondays game streams from 8 to 12. I am currently playing Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. I played about 4 hours of it on Monday. Completely worth it. It's such a great game. I talked about it earlier in the stream. If you guys haven't checked it out, the storyline is really good. The gameplay is definitely a lot better and a lot smoother than Gotham Knights was. And it, what I like about this game, not to go too far into it, but what I like about this game is every mission, like all the side missions and everything, feel like they feed into the narrative and the story rather than just being like extra. Oh, collect this thing or just grab this extra little tchotchke, you know, like how other games are.
MacGuffin.
Well, like if you play, like for example, if you play the Arkham games, right? A lot of times when you go and you have to go and fight these guys that are causing trouble, they're just like random people you're fighting. Whereas in this game, everything you do has a consequence, and it feeds into the story narrative in the game. So it's definitely something that makes the game just a little bit better.
Awesome.
So
All right,
once
cool.
we're done with that, once we get through with Suicide Squad, then I will be playing RoboCop Rogue City, and then hopefully by then, the Star Wars Outlaws will be out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Mondays, Tuesdays. We got the download from 6:30 to 8 something. Oh my God, we made record time today.
Yeah.
So proud of us. Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8 p.m. Come check it out. Young Phil is building Legos. He's doing interviews or pretending to do interviews while Graveyard does all the work.
Jamez actually came on the build for the first time.
Oh,
3 years
showing up
on
Thank you very
Thursday,
much.
and
Yeah.
and helped conduct an interview on a Thursday.
Yes.
And
I did that.
yeah, and it was great. Maybe one day we might get him on, like, and maybe 3 years from now we might get him on another show.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
We got
There's
3 years to
only
work on
like
it.
you can only have like a limited amount of James Chaos though, so that's why it
Exactly.
takes 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
to
James,
do
did you
it.
actually get a chance to read those books after the fact?
Oh man, I got 3 kids. I got time for that. Kidding me? No, I checked them out. They're actually pretty cool. I dug
Right?
that. He is way smarter than me, so so I had to take it with a grain of salt. But he was a fun interview.
Yeah, and he's straight up nerd, and I love it. I love it when we talk to people who are just as nerdy as we are.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
was
I
like
mean, that's-
super smart nerd, and
Yeah.
Nerds are passionate people with no filter.
Absolutely.
mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
what they are. I just created that. Thank you.
no filter nerds. Ooh.
And as,
That nerds are passionate people with no filter.
and as we always say, nerding out is,
What we do together.
but nerding out is not just for like comics and video games and things like that. And nerding means that you have a passion for something and
Mhm.
you are willing to talk about your passions.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is. Now this week on the build, we're going to be talking with Brandon Dean Johnson, another person that we met at LA Comic-Con. They have a board game, so like almost like a card game called Hoodlin Mania.
That's cool.
And it's right now they just have like characters and they're just kind of coming up with stuff, but he said eventually it does become a board. It is going to be a board game. That's the long term plan and everything. So we're going to definitely talk about that and where the game's going and their characters and everything like that. So it's going to be fun stuff, guys, to check out this Thursday. With that, where is my thing? All right, there we go. With that, let's talk pluggables, right? So, Frey, where can everybody see you outside of the Distance Nerding sphere?
Sphere.
Oh, I'm everywhere you want to be. No, I
Sphere.
like I literally came in the house from eating dinner and I got on the show.
Shout out! Wait, hold on. Shout out to Shadu. You took him
Yeah.
out to dinner. Thank you very much. Happy
It's-
birthday, Shadu.
Yeah, it was like it's his level up day. So yeah, he
Level up.
and the card we got him was a Mario Brothers card, and you actually press start and it does the do 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 do
Oh,
do and like lights up and stuff, and then you press, there's a button that you press and you just press it over and over again and different things light up, like the star lights up, and then then it makes like the mushroom sound where you like hit the mushroom and stuff. It was really cool. It was
Awesome.
really
Well,
it
he-
was fun.
He just finally leveled up to level 3.
Yeah.
So he's like 21 light.
Yeah.
He's level 3 officially. I know he's not one to want to, but did you guys get him a drink?
He did have a sip of my Pinot Grigio. That was about as good as we could get him. He's been like sipping some of my alcoholic beverages over the years just to kind of see. And I'm saying over the years, like since he was 18.
Yeah.
Honestly,
on.
that's
I'm
the
an
best.
okay mom here, but
That's the best way to handle like drinking. Like if you wait till you're 21, you're like, give me everything, I'm gonna drink it. But if
Right.
you like
Yeah.
make it a casual thing, like it's no big deal.
yeah. He he would just have like a sip or whatever. And he's not a real beer, like doesn't
Yeah,
really like
yeah.
beer. And so I've been trying to like different things like mixed drinks and stuff. And so we'll get him I'm not concerned about it. He comes to stuff on his own. And
Yeah.
so yeah, but it was nice to be able to like have a drink and be like, hey, take a drink. You're legal. You can have like a little bit of this. And
Yeah.
so it was
That's
nice.
awesome.
And he took it and he was like, this isn't bad, so I was like, okay.
Have him be prepared that the day that we meet, 'cause I know he's not coming to Gem State, but the day
Yeah.
that we meet, because it's gonna happen, I am going to make him grog and he is going to drink it.
He probably will. See, stuff like that. He we talk about nerds. He nerds out about like very specific things. And
Why I want him to drink
yeah.
is because I know that he is a D&D nerd and he
Mhm.
get down on some Viking shit. So let's do
Oh
it.
yeah. I think it would be fun. Oh, absolutely.
I
think
need you to
so.
be a barbarian right now.
I
or a
interrupted-
bard. Or a bard.
Or a
Bards
bard
can
or a
handle their
paladin.
liquor.
Can
No,
paladins
but if
drink?
it's grog, it's definitely a barbarian.
Right, that's true.
I interrupted your pluggables. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So
that's okay.
Back to your pluggables.
So I do have my own channel called Frey Girl. It is corgi shorts because why not? And that's very meta that we have short corgis and we do corgi shorts. And
Dog jokes.
and then also we do we've been doing a series called Classified, where we take our favorite fandoms and we classify them into D&D classes. We also have a companion series called Journals of the Classes that we've been putting out. We're almost finished with it, so yay!
Awesome.
Next, we're thinking of doing all the different races and talking about them and stuff like that. So yeah,
Let
and
me know
then
when you do the Filipino one, and I'll jump in.
okay. Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be D&D races, not like.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you'd like to guest star in one of them, we absolutely would have you on.
James would be a dwarf.
There you go.
Because I'm 5'6". You son of a. Dwarfs are shorter than 5'6". Okay.
No, you'd be a hobbit.
Oh, I don't want to be a hobbit either. I'm looking it
So-
up. How tall are dwarves?
You're gonna get the wrong answer, man.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
Dwarves in D&D.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm not gonna Google that.
Yeah. Specifically dwarves in D&D, because if you look up how short are dwarves, you're gonna get people with dwarfism.
Yes. And then that'll take you down a rabbit hole you do not want to go down.
Yeah.
Go down a really bad rabbit hole.
Don't want that to happen, James.
A rabbit hole of ableist people and the internet. That's just the way it is.
You're gonna
Yes.
screw up my Pornhub search. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just start adding to stuff
Or is it going to enhance your Pornhub search?
like that. Dwarves in D&D are average
You know what?
4 feet in height. There you go.
So, and hobbits are about the same, I think, but I don't think they're halflings in D&D, but
Dwarves, remember, dwarves are still badass for dudes that are 4 foot. So you may
Yeah.
be short, but you can take an axe to some's head easily.
I would
And you
love
wear
to
some of
have
the best armor in all of D&D.
in a D&D campaign, not going to lie, a dwarf barbarian, they will get it done.
They will murder the entire field if they
Yeah.
get rolls.
It's like me being a cleric. I can one shot just about anything.
Whereas I'm a paladin, so I'm working hard the entire time.
Right.
Because it's like I gotta
Well,
fight and
but
heal.
if you get that, like the smiting, you can one shot a lot. Like, I mean, paladins can too. Like, if you really, because
It also depends on the type of sword you have too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
that's true.
weapon in general, because if you have a decent axe, you can do well too. But
And you can see the bad guys coming from over your truck because you can see over your truck. So
Yeah.
you're good. You're good.
well, I mean, it's not as bad for you because you can see under the truck.
See?
Go. And
works
you
out.
know what? I usually play like Dragonborn or something, so I'm like almost 10 feet tall. So
Yeah. See, it's
I'll
perfect. It
take
all
the
works out.
high road, and then we got Phil in the medium road, and then you got so you get their knees. You can sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
We're the same height. Why do you get the medium road and I get the low road?
No, I'm like super high road because I'm like 10 feet tall. I
Okay.
play like Dragonborn. They're 10 feet tall, dude. They're like
Oh, when
so
he's
tall.
in real life, he's saying like,
Oh, in real life, no.
Same
Yeah,
height.
medium. Yeah.
Cam in the chat, nerds. we
Also,
are
there's
talking
something
D&D
I can
right now, like
do.
hardcore right now.
There's something that I can do that is more acceptable for women. I can wear heels.
Ah, you got me. Damn
For
it.
height and weapons.
James, just be happy I didn't say that you were a pixie,
Aw.
which
You
I've
kind of have pixie hair.
seen pixie
do.
clerics that were
I
actually
have
pretty
pixie hair.
badass.
Yeah, this is yeah.
If you know how to play pixie, pixies can actually be pretty badass.
Or like
No.
Fae. The
Yes.
Fae. Oh,
Okay, the
Don't
fae
mess
are a
with the
different
fae.
monster. Yeah, the fae are a different
Yeah.
monster. The fairies will kill anything. They are
Literally a different monster.
and they will literally like make you beg for it.
yeah, fairies are very scary characters.
Yeah,
You
they're not.
You have to be a sadist to play fairy.
We're not talking like Tinkerbell here, people.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to discuss this in the Nerdington post. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and tell us how tall you are. And make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post.
Well, hey,
And your blood type. We need your blood type.
we need your blood type. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support everything that we do and all the channels and us doing more shows and more things for you and getting better prizes for everybody, join the taco party. Ladies and gentlemen, head to distancelearning.com. Go to the top of the page like you see right there. Click on that. Buy us a taco, and you can buy us a taco. Join the taco party. Be a part of the coolest people out there. Now, also, if you want to support Distance Nerding, head over to Twitch and you can subscribe on Twitch. I'm going to be giving away better and better prizes every time we hit a milestone on subscribers. As of right now, the plan is to give away the Batman Bat Cycle kit which is a $50 kit. And all you got to do is subscribe on This Is Nerding on yes it is all you have to do is subscribe on Twitch. I was reading what Cam said. Gem State is 2 months away. Where have you been the entire show? We've been talking about Gem State the entire time.
That
Oh
and
wait,
the 5
did I
6
miss
is a good
the
height.
Gym State stuff?
We talked about Gem State at the very
Man.
beginning.
Did
We
you
actually-
guys actually like say stuff? Like
Yeah.
say the like secret stuff?
Only things that have been announced on their website.
Okay. Never mind then.
but we're good.
No, a lot of the things that you're thinking of have been announced.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
So
Oh,
And
and
by
then
the-
like
by
I'm
the
gonna
way-
be there. I actually get to go. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
actually,
You get the gem stated up.
actually, if you missed it, on their Instagram, on Gem State's Instagram, as well as on Gem State's Facebook page, they have a video of Colin Baker saying that he's going to be there.
Oh my god, that's awesome! I have to go see it.
Pretty cool.
Mhm.
I've been watching his interviews, and oh my god, he and I are gonna get along so well. One
That's
of his
awesome.
favorite books is Pride and Prejudice. Guess what? One of my favorite books is.
Pride and Prejudice. Mine is
And-
Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Exactly.
Darren, I know I keep saying I'm going to give it away, but we haven't hit our subscriber goal yet. So once we hit our subscriber goal, then I'm going to give that away. But we have not
Fair.
hit that yet. So once we hit
Fair.
that subscriber goal, then I'm going to give away that prize.
I'm gonna
I bet-
need people. I need you guys to subscribe. Come on, let's get this going because Phil really wants to give this away, and he's getting really frustrated that he hasn't given it away yet because he's got more things to give. So let's get some subscribers, people. Get your friends
I do
in.
have
Let's
more
do
prizes.
this.
I do have a lot more prizes that I want to give away. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. Of course, you can connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. Whoo! It is only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals and the beard, all at distance nerding. And of course, if you want to email us, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, short people like James, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely, like at the feet of Gwildor. I'm gonna go with Gwildor because he was a dwarf too. James, you know who Gwildor is if I say Gwildor, right?
Yes. No. The book was too high on the shelf and I couldn't reach it, so I couldn't read about Gwildor.
Did you ever watch the Masters of the Universe movie?
Yeah.
I do.
Remember the
I
little-
totally know who it was.
Yeah, you know the dwarf keymaker that was never in the cartoons.
Yeah. Okay. I
That's,
got you now.
That's Gwildor, who actually is in Masters of the Universe Revolution. They actually they made the movie canon in the Masters of the Universe universe.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So you know, at the hands of Gwildor, send us an email at dist.
5'6" is a perfectly normal height for people. I don't understand why this is an issue.
I mean, it's taller than 5'5".
It's definitely taller than 5'5" and
Mhm.
5'4",
Yep,
just to be technical. So yeah, I think it's good.
but
I mean,
not as tall as 5'7".
5'7", that's gargantuan. Who wants to be that tall?
You know,
Bad
my
knees. You're gonna have bad knees.
husband is like 6 feet, right?
And he's Asian? Get out of here.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
What kind of
He's like
steroids was he on?
he's a big guy.
He's Japanese.
He's Japanese.
Japanese get to 6 feet tall?
Usually not.
Sumo wrestlers.
I don't even think sumo wrestlers are that tall.
Yeah, they can.
When I was in the Philippines and I was getting off the bus, literally the bus driver goes, "Sir, watch your head." And I felt so complimented.
It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it on the show.
He got a
Oh my
tip.
God, that was good.
He got a tip. By the way, I was like, I have to be taller than a hobbit. You know? I don't know. You guys keep making short jokes and hobbit jokes, but like I looked it up. Sean Astin is 5'6". Damn it.
Oh!
You better not be mean to Sean Astin. And you better help him onto that stage. He may need that help.
That is
Okay.
the greatest. That is the greatest revelation we've ever gotten. Is that I wanted to see if I was taller than the Hobbit. Sean Astin is 5'6".
Same height as the Hobbit. And on that note, thanks and keep nerding together.
Oh God, it is time
Together.
for the dance party.
No
Like,
matter what your height.
no matter what your height, we're really gonna dance on screen. Let's get this going. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the Batman now.
don't have a Hobbit pop, but I do have a mini. Look how big it. Look how little it is.
It's Princess Grogu.
I am your princess now.
Look at that beard come in.
And the baby's back.
The baby's like our secret co-host.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.